Hi, I'm Tom. I stream online at twitch.tv/scotterman, and I have been live coding an ASCII Lemmings game. In the last week, we have basically spent the entire time in UI hell. We have spent a lot of time redesigning our UI system and adding bits to it and moving bits around and trying to put in the features that we need for the map editor. And I think I'm pretty much done. I keep saying that, and then I end up doing more work to it. And it's getting really frustrating. But I think we're just about there. And we have now got a place where we can edit the maps and we can choose what block, what tile goes in what block and what it looks like. And we have an animation editor which at the moment just displays a list of all the animations and you can show which frames they have. Tonight I am hoping to update the animation editor so that you can click on each character within each frame of each animation and then choose what you want it to look like, what character actually goes there, and hopefully maybe even get the ability to add new frames to an animation or add new animations itself. So that's the plan, and then those animations will be available to each map as you're editing them. Now, I keep saying that I will talk about my stream setup and NDI, so I'm going to try and do that a bit off the top of my head and provide some links below. The way I started streaming was pretty much how everyone does. I had OBS on the computer I was using and it was terrible. It couldn't keep a consistent frame rate and it took me a while to realise that it couldn't, and at the time I had a donor computer sitting around. Someone had basically upgraded and said, "Do you want this?" And to that I always say yes, because having a collection of hardware around has been very useful for me in the past. And what I did was I upgraded the graphics card in my main PC to something which was less terrible than it was, but still not great. And I swapped around a few other graphics cards so that the stream PC had a way of outputting without using the CPU. I ordered a capture card for the stream PC, and the idea was I would stream my monitor over and the stream PC would encode everything and send it out. But when the capture card arrived, I realised, oh hang on, hang on, there's a helicopter above me and I'm not sure you can hear me. So anyway, the capture card arrives and I think, what if I don't want to stream my entire PC, because at the moment I have it set up so that only certain windows are visible on stream, and then like windows which may or may not contain confidential information or personal information aren't displayed at all. And obviously if I'm sending my entire screen I will have to be a lot more careful, and I know that's not going to happen. because when I'm programming, it's very easy to get distracted. So I start looking up online, is this a thing that we can do? Is there some way that maybe my main PC can say only capture these sections of the monitor, and if there's a window over the top that's not part of the ones we want to capture, then just put a default graphic over or something. And what I ended up finding was that there is a technology called NDI Plus. That technology lets you basically do a small encode of your stream output on your main computer, send a large stream over to your streaming PC, which then encodes it further and makes it ready to go out, and you save a lot of a lot of processing power on your main PC, as long as you have a really fast network connection between your main PC and your stream PC, preferably one which doesn't go through a switch of a hub or anything else. So I ordered a couple of cheap network cards because I had the slots. I think I only needed PCIe times 1 slots, and so I ordered a couple of those. I think it cost me 30 quid in total, and I put those in and followed a couple of videos which I will link below, and I got it working. The second video in particular was the one that was most helpful, because it was a troubleshooting guide, and one of the things it said was, if you're just getting a black output on your stream PC, make sure OBS on both machines is allowed through the network firewall. And I had it allowed through the firewall for one type of network and not the other. So that was a huge help, but I still found I wasn't getting the frames I really wanted, and I thought maybe the CPU wasn't coping with it well enough in the donor PC. But I've recently realised there's a piece of advice which I think is commonly given to people struggling to stream on OBS, which I wasn't aware of until now. You need to run OBS as administrator, and inside the OBS settings there's something which says, I don't know the exact wording, I'll put it in the description, but it says basically allow it to run in high process priority. Now I had tried to do this myself through the task manager. I'd said OBS uses these three cores and it's allowed top priority on those cores, and Firefox uses the fourth core and it's got low process priority, and it still doesn't work. The reason I say Firefox is because that's where my stream preview happens, that's where the Twitch stream manager is, and I found that when the stream preview was running, that's when I started getting frame rate drops. So I didn't have an option to see what it looked like on Twitch. I could just, I had to pause that and then just rely on the OBS output which isn't 100% reliable because that's seeing it on my computer instead of what Twitch is showing. So yeah, I set up OBS so that when I run it, it runs as admin. I ticked the box and everything seems to be working okay. And because this is a stream PC and all I'm doing on it is streaming, I've got it set to run when I log in. It runs Firefox, runs Discord so I can keep an eye on community chat, and what else? Runs OBS. I think that's everything. Yeah, it looks like more because OBS has several windows. In order to get OBS running as administrator automatically when I logged on, I had to jump through several hoops. Basically, I had to say, okay, I'm going to write a batch file. The batch file is going to change directory to OBS. That bit's important because if the OBS process isn't running in the context of the right folder, then it can't find the localization files, and then the bat file just starts OBS. The bat file is run by Windows Task Scheduler, set to run on login as a trigger, and it's told to run with the highest privileges. And it seems to work. I've done it a few times now. I don't get a prompt to elevate it when it runs because it's all run by Task Scheduler, which has permission to do stuff like that. And so I literally just boot up this Dream PC, log in, and every window comes up just fine and I start streaming. So that is just about my entire process. I did keep the capture card, by the way, because I think I may want to use it in the future if I stream other stuff. But I hope this and the links in the description are in some way useful to you. And if live coding and Lemmings game sounds interesting, then I stream Friday, Saturday and Sunday 9 PM till 11 PM UK time. And if you want to come chat about anything, I've got a Discord link below. Come and say hi. And yeah, that's basically it. Whatever else you're doing today, have a good one. And hope to see you soon. Bye.